Hello everyone, my name is Slumperd and welcome back to Symmetria Season 7. As you can see, we're on this small island in the ocean over here, and well, you probably can already hear why we're here. An ocean monument, quite conveniently placed here even. Unfortunately, claimed by someone else. I was looking over at my base where we were digging last episode and I figured, hey, I could really use a lot of ocean monument stuff for this build. Okay, my apologies, the noises from those guys got way too loud, so we're gonna quickly move over here, and I've put their noise down. But as I was saying, when I came up with the build there, I realized I was gonna need a lot of these materials from, well, both materials themselves, but also the a lot of like dark prismarine and normal prismarine, and probably also a lot of sea lanterns. But I just had built one of these farms on a different server, so I didn't really feel like doing that. Oh, that's why it's making so much noise. But yeah, so when I was digging, I decided like I still should just build one because it's going to be very expensive to buy all of that. And since it's probably going to be a lot more materials than I first thought, it's also going to be a lot more expensive than I first thought. And luckily I did know that around my base there is, when I'm looking at the Ocean Monument Finder, about 7 ocean monuments quite close to my base. One even closer than this one, I hope. But they've all been claimed, unfortunately, so I was dreading searching for one much further away, but then I realized that a couple of them are all claimed by the same person. And if you know how these farms work, it's not really that useful to have multiple monuments because they're all far apart and you can't use them at the same time. So unless you like want to prevent other people from using them, that would make sense, and that's not really something I'd expect to happen on this server. Also, probably wouldn't be allowed. But so I messaged them and asked if they would be willing to part with one, or maybe even to trade with one if that was necessary. But they said, "Hey, I'm only in it for the sponges," and that's perfect because well, I do need sponges, but I don't need specifically the sponges in there. So once he has raided this, looted it, I can have it, which is very nice. But there is one more thing, and we can fly a bit for this. I hope it loads in rather quickly. If we're going a bit more south and look around, you can see another one here, which unfortunately also has been claimed by someone else, so I haven't messaged those yet. But this is much closer to my base. Like, this is seriously very close to my base. So I am wanting to propose, once I have acquired that one, to propose to Jesland to trade those monuments. So I hope kind of that we can trade that, because like my base, maybe you can even see you can't see it yet, but go a little bit further, is over here. Like, this is the hill in which we built. So it's just barely out of render distance. So I hope we can make that trade. If not, that's also fine. It's still quite close actually. And also, I think that one is the one in the back is a bit easier accessible from because this one is quite in the middle of the ocean. The other one is close to land. But we'll see. And yeah, so once I know more, I'll get back. Well, I have been wondering, should I really try to trade like this monument for the one like a bit further behind us? As of course this one is like ridiculously close. That beam is my base. Just look how convenient this is. Gonna make building it so much easier. So, well, while I ponder that, because it's gonna at least take to the weekend before this one is looted, and once it is... Oh wait, maybe this is actually... No, that's actually perfect. Yeah. Well, as I said, I'm gonna ponder if I should make the trade or not, and it's gonna be a while at least before this one is looted either. So and until then, I can't even claim this as mine. But I am gonna put a quick. After he's done with it, claim by Slumperd. So that way, at least I can claim this as it's mine for now, and then if we want to, we can trade it later. So we are on this small island between my base and the ocean monument again. Let's see if we can get into distance of it. Apparently we can't. Interesting. A couple days ago I left a note at the monument asking for the trade, and since I haven't had a response and I'm liking the convenience of the other one much better every moment, I've decided I'm just gonna remove it, and now we're gonna be done. And we can just start with the other one. That's bad. Why am I stuck? What I should do is quickly grab an invisibility potion. Or make an invisibility potion, I should say. It's gonna be fun when I need to brew a lot of invisibility potions when we're making when we're dewatering the monument. I think I might do that at a moment when there's a lot less people on. So the good thing is that since it is so ridiculously close, there should still be no issue to retrieve all my stuff. So the potion brewing did admittedly take a lot longer than I wanted to. Well, it's a good thing because this probably means that it wasn't loaded, since it's loading like chunk by chunk so slow. There are those islands, so it's a little bit more oh, there it is. See if all these items are still here. And my stuff should be as well. I think so. Okay. So, what we came here to do was grab this axe and... Oh, let's check if we have a response real quick. Likely not, but... Yeah, this is just... I send... Oh, no. So, we're just gonna grab this. And let them have this one. Where's my chest? And go and grab our own one. If we look here underwater, so I first thought I could just start building from here, but we have a couple of blocks still left for this, so we need to build a little bit of a platform out before we start building our walls like here and there. We're gonna need a moment later to get rid of all the greenery on top of it, but that's all for later. I have some things of sand here, and the potions of invisibility, we'll have to make a lot more of those, but we'll see, because we'll need a little bit more, but first thing is just going to be clearing these things of like the kelp and the seagrass and everything, and the outer walls and then inner walls to make it easy to sponge them. Only problem with that is that I don't have any sponges, and apparently there also aren't any sponges in this one. But I think that's problems for later. Just first things first is get stuff to clean this thing. And even that is at this point still something for later, as I don't think we're gonna get started with this project this episode. I think most of this you've already seen in last episode. But yeah, as you can see here, we have two villagers kind of just waving at each other. Start experimenting a little bit with the armor stands. I think this first village is gonna be kind of nice to kind of like practice and kind of start to understand a bit how those how the arms and books and everything work. So since I fell down here, let me show you where this ends up, because it got out a bit further than I expected to be. We took me a bit to find everything, but as you can see, I'd like to keep that. Thank you. So I've tried kind of digging around, realized I didn't find anything, and then just started looking at coordinates. But yeah, we walked into a cave here, and this reaches over here. What I think I'm gonna do is I connect this over with a bridge to over there, or at least not with a bridge, but with like, because it's all gonna be down there eventually. We're gonna have this like slope down and move over there, and make kind of a route up there, and then it will somewhere connect to over here, and then do that hole and have a shoot up. And speaking of that, similar, what I think I'm gonna do actually is have the nether portal remain over here, and instead make kind of like a pillar in the middle of the area that has a route upstairs to the thing. So when you come through the portal over here, you have this big overview of the entire area. I think that could be really cool if we do it right. Yeah, as you can see, we have added a couple of chests here, and that's, I think, less than half of them are full. We also have these chests here still. These are some of the resources we found here. And oh yeah, that's in the shop. Some people actually start paying with heads, so we have those now. We are going to use those for building some creatures underground here. I think this is about the area we're gonna be using. Like, there's still some excavating there to do, but if we come over here to the end of the ravine that we came across, then I've kind of dig one deeper down here to like give the boundaries. So it kind of walks like here, and then when we go here, it is kind of like pulled a bit further here. And yeah, so this is still needs some excavating, but then this connects over here, and this part then again goes underground to the ravine from before, or ravine, the cave from before. Is the cave? I think I'm in the wrong one. In this cave over here. So with that, I think we have a good outline of the size of this thing, and then we'll have to dig it a lot deeper still, of course, but I think this is a good beginning, and I think at some point we'll have another time lapse and dig this out a bit deeper. But before that, I want to go upstairs and add some more villagers to our village, because there's now only 2 of them and they're quite lonely with only them. So for this village, what I'm thinking is, since all these houses are obviously very small, so I don't want to have a lot of them like in their house or anything. I want them to be mostly walking outside. And what I'm also thinking is, since we have our hole over here into our cave system, and our other hole, I'm not sure if I actually have shown this one yet, but our other hole we have over here. I'll show where this leads in a moment, but I kind of want to have like maybe one of them here, and then have this one still be partially in a non-human form. And then I have a couple, maybe I'll actually have one in this village, in this house, and have them kind of be like the keeper or the guard to make sure that if everyone who enters here, since this is like one of the most hidden places in the village, that anyone who enters through here is sure to be in their like humanoid form. Then we'll have some more people over here. We'll have 2 people over here. Kind of, we'll put them a bit close together actually. And we can have 2 or 3 people over here, like just chatting with the 3 of them. And then so you will do this. So we have those 2 who are just waving. I think this one at least is going over there into the hole, and maybe that this one has just come out of it and he's just out of his way out of the village. So what I also think is for the one over here, there should be also some type of guards in this place over here, since they don't want like visitors or tourists to come and visit their actual homes. So we'll add this one. Oh, I should add a plank over there. So we'll have one over here as well. So we have about 9 more, because that way we have the 17, which I think is nice to have. The Hobbit Hole, it at some point it's going to need to be integrated more with the village. Not sure how I'm going to do that yet. My first idea is to kind of build this into a similar style as this one, and then kind of connect it like with the roofs as well. So that could be an idea, and then have kind of a hidden hole that you can enter into the thing itself. But I was also thinking maybe if we space this out a little bit more, because we're at some point gonna need a better smelting setup and everything. We can use this kind of area here to make kind of like an altar and make this kind of their kind of a holy place type deal. And then from the holy place we know how to get into the rest of the Hobbit Hole, but and if we go by that, then I think it would be like an elder and maybe another guard type deal that will remain there. So for the rest, I think there should be over here. I don't think I'm gonna put them in the house, but maybe over there. No, that way they can't see it. That I want to have here is a lookout. Make sure that no sudden people appear. So there'll be kind of people. There'll be less guards and more just people who introduce visitors to the village, and who can then kind of show them around, make sure they don't go anywhere where they're not supposed to go. And we'll have some more people over here who are just chatting with the 4 of them this time. And let's see, I think what we can do for our last ones, they can be kind of just to make use of all the space we have, and I have to find a way up there, but I think it could be cool to have them. Oh, I can just jump on the roof over here. So I have one over here. Oh wait, we should do that for the lookout, of course. Like, then we can remove this guy. Come on. And then we have the lookout who's like on the roof, and then when people come, he comes down to help them. And then the other 2 are gonna also put on the roof, but somewhere else. They're just gonna be regular people on the roof who just there because, I mean, they can get here, so why wouldn't they? So they're just also just hanging out. I think with that, oh, I still haven't fixed this hole. Okay, so wood over there, stone over here. I need to remember that. But yeah, this way I think we can bring a bit of life to the village and give some more to look at. So I thought I start with the people exiting and entering the village. Also, I found out that I need to light up this place better. So probably gonna put another light here, but I thought like Senile's head works very well for a creature, and then maybe we'll add something here to make him less humanoid, but he's kind of starting to take human shape, but still has his face on. And then we have our guards here, and I thought like a guardian face works best for well, it's a guard as it were, but I also think it wouldn't really make sense. They of course should like humans, I think. So we're gonna take those, and instead we're gonna put on a villager face. Let's see if we have some that works. So let's See, does the mason... Don't really see much. Well, we'll just use that. I think that works. So that way, the guards can't give the bunch away either. Yeah, so I thought I bring you along for my thought process a bit more in this for these armor stands. The first one, and also at least for the village one, is pretty much done. You can see it's 2 armor stands, one inside the other one, but we have just a person with a weird face, and then his 2 extra arms that at this point are kind of like crawling back into him as he's taking a more human shape. And so that this guy, who is not yet done, will let him through. So for this guy, we really only... focus real quick, okay. For him, we really only need to have him look... have him kind of look official, as... if people know the rules around here. He honestly probably has the easiest job around here. So, oh, well, he might have a little bit of a headache, but that's fine. But so he's just standing here, making sure that people like him have proper like 2 arms, 2 legs, 1 head, human-looking head preferably. So we have finished the ones on the roof. So we have our lookout over here, who kind of people who come in, he'll invite them in, be very hospitable to them, but make sure that they don't explore the village too much. And now we have 2 other ones over here. They're checking the roof for things like this, as they want to make sure that all of the mushroom blocks grow downwards. So these ones are noting this, and actually... oh, I should grab a book and give one of them that. So they can kind of make a note in that, and then someone else will find someone in the village to give that job to, but it's their job to then go upstairs over the roof and remove all of them. I said that we're just going to be talking, but in the end I didn't go with that, because I found out you could make them small, and I really like the small ones. So what we have here is these 2 kids. They got in a fight. He is sad now, and you can kind of see those 2 are family, and the 2 adults came to help. This one parents realizes that he should probably help, but also retired for this. And this one also really doesn't know how to handle these kinds of situations, so he's kind of similar to his kid. I'm calling all of them he, but I think technically the villagers should be genderless, but we'll tackle that another time. But yeah, so they're kind of confused on what to do, don't know how to handle the situation, and this kid is sad now. But maybe we'll come back sometime, and when they've made up and they're all happy again. We only have these 3 left, which I'm not sure about what I want to do with them, but I'll figure something out. And we have those 2 left, and these 2 I especially don't know what I want to do with them. I think one of them is going to be similar to the previous one. It's going to be a guard, but I don't have any good... We'll do something like this for the guard here, because they're kind of a special guard. We'll have to find an appropriate head to be an elder for that one, but we'll see. This might be it for this episode, because I don't know how much material I have right now, but if not, I'm gonna stop with armor stands for a bit and do something else. So either see you in the next clip, or see you in the next episode. Bye bye!